All right. So we are up now on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. And we are live now on Facebook as well. Today is February 10th, 2021. We do not have any viewers joining us just yet. So the deck that I'm going to be using today. So this was a gift from my good friend Carla for Christmas. So this is the Steampunk Tarot. This is the deck we're going to be using. So nothing too terribly exciting for going on right now. All right, awesome. So we got Ivy joining us on Facebook. So how's it going there, Ivy? You have any questions for me? Can I pull a card for you? Okay, and then we've got Lena joining us on Facebook as well, asking for a love life reading. Okay, Lena, let me pull a card for you. Let's see what we've got going on for you here. Okay. So a card that I pulled for you here is the Wheel of Fortune. So you got a lot of good things going on for you right now, but, I mean, tell me a little bit about what's holding you back here. Because, I mean, the feeling that I'm getting off of this card is that maybe it's just too many different, like, opportunities and whatnot that are presenting themselves. Going to pull another card, see if I can get a little bit more clarity here. So I've got the Eight of Pentacles as well. I think this is more of a possible, like a fear of commitment kind of a thing going on here, because it's there's a lot of opportunities that are presenting themselves to you, but that Eight of Pentacles card, that's very much like, but you know that whatever it is that you decide that you're going to go forward with, it's going to require a lot of work. Are you ready to put in that kind of, are you ready to put in the work in order to be able to, in order to move forward with any kind of potential relationship that might be on the horizon for you? Then we got Moon joining us as well. How's it going there, Moon? So, I don't think we've got anybody else on. No, nobody else is joining us just yet. So, all right, Lena, let me pull another card here, see if I can get a little more. So, a little bit more clarity as to your particular situation. So, I've also pulled for you here. This is the Star reversed. So, this tells me a lot of this is also there's some confidence issues as well. And so, I mean, really, you do have a lot of opportunity that's presenting itself in front of you, but what's really getting in the way here is that issue of whether or not we're willing to put in the work behind any of the opportunities that are presenting themselves to you. That, and also just a lot of self-doubt getting in the way here. So there's, with that card and like what I'm feeling in my gut, I feel like there's a lot of people that are actually kind of like wanting to fight for your attention and like wanting to get their foot in the door there. But I think there's a lot of like self-doubt and trauma that's happened in the past that's kind of like putting up the blinders there to where we're not able to see it, or maybe we're seeing like too many red flags with anything that's presenting itself right now. But I mean, one way or another, let me see. I'll pull another card for you here. So I have Queen of Swords for you here. So I think this kind of completes the message as to what we're needing. It's really what the message is saying here is, once we're in a position to where we're regaining your confidence, we're ready to put in the work for whatever it is presenting itself in front of you. Once you assume that role of the Queen of Swords and you move forward with what it is that you're really wanting, and you act with authority and determination, you're going to get what you want. So then we have Senior Gobble joining us on Twitch and Jesse joining us on Instagram. So what do we got going on with Senior Gobble here? So, all right. Well, what about you, Jesse? You got anything for me? Any questions? Do we have any questions from Ivy or any questions from Moon? Okay. We've got Jillian joining us on TikTok. Good. So I guess nobody's asking me any questions right now. My question for you guys, anybody that's watching right now, so we've got the new moon coming up tomorrow. So, and that's going to be new moon in Aquarius. So you might have felt a little bit of a shift emotionally last night when the moon went from Capricorn into Aquarius. So going to see the overall energy here is that it's not quite as serious and for lack of a better word, oppressive as the energy that we would have been getting from the moon in Capricorn. But with that, it's something that's wanting us to be able to be, I guess, a little bit more progressive, a little bit more forward thinking, really start putting our heads together to figure out the best way to pull ourselves forward. And with this, I mean, the new moon in Aquarius, this is going to be a really good time just to kind of sit down, figure out what you guys want to manifest, what it is that you really want to bring into your lives. And just start with some new energy here. Just, there's a lot that people are holding on to that needs to just be let go of. But if we can do this, now is a good time to start focusing on what it is that we really want to bring into our lives instead. So then Ivy just threw the question at me of, am I ever going to find a normal job? Well, let's pull a card for you. Let's see what we got. So I've got Eight of Wands reversed. So Eight of Wands, if it was the right side up, it would be saying, yes, it's coming quickly, get prepared for it. But what this is saying is that it's, there's a possibility that, what you're going to find that's really going to be rewarding, that you're really going to feel fulfilled. It's out there somewhere, but it's going to take some time to come there. And it's going to take a lot of searching. And I think a lot of, the next phase coming up here is going to be just really kind of doing what needs to be done in order to really sit down and figure out what it is that you really want, what it is that, start figuring out what are your strengths, really start beefing up your resume, and then kind of go from there, figure out what is it exactly that I want to do, and then just start going through take a look at old contacts that you might have made in the past, start reconnecting with some of your old business acquaintances and things like that. See where you can get your foot in the door and see if you can get some recommendations, and really just start focusing on building your brand right now is what you need to be doing. So So we have Kuna and Jillian saying, hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, and then Ivy also wants to know, will she ever get the boat? I'll pull another card for you on that one here. I have the Devil. And I think that's asking, it's like, okay, do you really want the boat? Because you know what they say, the joke about owning a boat is what a boat actually is. Say it's a hole in the middle of the water that you have to keep throwing money into. Although if it's a pirate boat, on the other hand, then I might have to go in on that with you. Okay, if nobody's asking questions for me, then I'm going to start asking you guys some questions. Okay, new moon's coming up tomorrow. What are you guys going to be manifesting? So if you don't want to tell me right here and now, I mean, let me just put that seed in your mind. Like tomorrow we've got that new moon coming up. So start thinking about really what you want to set in motion, what it is that you want to bring into your life. And then also another important thing about trying to manifest things is that right now it'd also be kind of a good idea to start going through and think, okay, what are the things that I'm holding on to that I could be letting go of? Because I think this is something that like just about every one of these streams that I do keeps coming up, and that's if you're trying to manifest big things, it's like these big things that you're trying to manifest aren't going to be able to come into your life if your life is so full of distractions that there's no room for them. So a lot of that is like get rid of what you need to get rid of. Allow yourself to feel the things that you need to feel. Like don't try to cover those things up with drugs and alcohol and other distractions. And sometimes it's going to be dark. Sometimes it's going to be lonely. Sometimes it's going to be hard. But you need to allow yourself to be able to sit there with that emptiness and that darkness and that loneliness, and allow that space to be there, to be able to bring into your life, to have the room to bring into your life the things that you really want. Okay. So we have anything from Senior Gobble. Do you have any questions for us? Or anything from Jillian? Or who else we've got with us still? So otherwise, like I'm gonna have to just keep I'm gonna have to ramble on about something until somebody like starts throwing some questions about me, or somebody starts throwing some questions at me. All right. Okay. So what I will do then is I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling some cards in general. So this will just kind of like tell us a little bit of a story, just the overall kind of where we're at and what we can expect. We got TJ joining us on Facebook. How's it going? Do you have any questions for me? Okay. Well, I'm just going to start pulling some cards. Let's see if we can tell a little bit of a story as to what's going on in the world in general. So, okay, and Ivy wants to know, what am I trying to manifest? Let me kind of simply put like what it is that I'm trying to manifest. Money! So that's my big thing I'm trying to manifest with this new moon anyway. So, okay. So, first card that I'm pulling, just kind of an overall, just the situation at hand for the world in general. I've got Five of Cups reversed, which, okay. See if there's a certain way that I can hold these cards to where people can see them a little clearer. I don't think there's any good. Okay. So the story that we've got going on there is just too many people focus too much on what has been lost and not being able to focus on what the opportunities that are ahead of us right now, and the groundwork that's already been laid, like all of the work that we've already done, and just pulling humanity in general into the future. And right now, I think there's just a lot of focus going on old wounds and what needs to be done in order to be able to heal from that before we can really start moving forward. Here is humanity, the country in general. So next card that I'm pulling for the story is going to be Ten of Pentacles reversed. So, I mean, the story that we're seeing there is that the big hurt for everybody right now is economically, and we're going to have to get creative about what we're going to do in regards to our economic circumstances. Because I think if there's anything, those old wounds and the current economic circumstances going hand in hand, there we're seeing that the system does not have our best interests in mind, and just because we have new leaders at the helm, that doesn't mean that things are going to get better for little people like us. So we have to get creative as to how we're going to negotiate around things, how to work around the system, how to work outside of the system. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of people. Well, there's going to be a lot of creative ways that are coming about in which people fight back and find ways to be able to take that power back. I think we saw part of that here with what was going on with on Reddit and the GameStop stocks. So not sure where that's at right now, but we saw that's just a taste of things that are to come. So then next card that I have in the story here is King of Wands reversed. And I think that's the story there is that we've got too many people putting too much faith in the current leadership and expecting that somehow there's going to be like some rabbit in the hat that our leaders are going to pull out that's going to magically fix everything. But that is not the story here, guys. We are still entirely on our own, and we all have to rely on each other and rely on ourselves in order to be able to figure out like what the next step forward is going to be. So the system isn't going to help us out. We got to rely on each other. Then we got Eight of Swords reversed, which that card being reversed is entirely about being able to like break free of the things that are holding us back and being able to move forward. And I think that's backing up what I was saying here as to where we have to start being creative, leaning on like our own creativity and coming together as communities. Okay, so TJ says, what kind of questions are you wanting people to ask? I just saw you were live and thought I'd stop by and say hi because I'm usually too late for these. So this can be anything to do with your life at all. So these can be love life, career, anything like that. Listen. So like either that or it doesn't even have to be about like your life personally. It's like it can be any questions about anything in the universe that you're looking for information on. And we got CJ joining us on Instagram. All right, what you got for me, CJ? You got any questions there? Oh, we got Carla joining us. It's like, Carla, you missed my little introduction. It's like we're using the deck that you gave me for Christmas. All right. So Carmen is wanting to know when they will be married. want to say that's kind of a difficult question there because, I can give you kind of an idea of like what kind of events might transpire or what kind of things would need to happen in order to push you in that direction. But as far as giving like an accurate time frame, that's not entirely how it works. But let me pull some cards for you here and see what kind of story we're coming up with your situation. Okay. So first one that I've got is I've got the Fool reversed. So what this is saying is that really it's when the opportunity comes, this is going to be something that you're going to be stepping into reluctantly. So, and I think going into this, whatever the situation that presents itself to you, it's going to feel a little bit off to begin with because being able to find somebody that you can like step into a marriage with and be able to make it work, it needs to be a complete departure from the way that you would have done things in the past. This might be like a different kind of like person entirely from the type of people that you're normally attracted to. Might be like a completely different like relationship dynamic than what you'd normally step into. But let me pull another card for you here, see if we can get a little bit more clarity as to the story. So then I pulled the Queen of Swords, and this again is also saying, well, what that's saying here is that really when the opportunity presents itself, it's you got to step into your power, you got to be decisive, you got to be the one to make the moves, you got to set the groundwork, and you got to understand your boundaries, your deal breakers, and and what you consider to be red flags. And the story there is really just going after what it is exactly that you want, not being afraid to set the ground rules as to how things are going to work, and not settling for less than what you actually deserve. We got Jake joining us on Facebook. Jake, how's it going, man? Okay, we got CJ on Facebook saying, expanding on that one card reading that I gave him yesterday, says, not surprised it was the Two of Swords. There's a couple paths may be presented after this week beyond my control, and it's all a matter of fate. So, and how are you feeling about that, CJ? Because I remember like that card that I pulled from you yesterday. It's basically saying like the opportunities that are presenting themselves in front of you. It's like if we're all too much philosophy, no action, then those opportunities could pass you by. Because in the end, it really is going to be a matter of a leap of faith in regards to which decision that you make. And I don't think it's really a matter of one's a right decision, one's a wrong decision, or anything like that. It's more just making sure that once you make that decision that you're fully committed to it. So CJ says, have to let go of control and stop planning everything. Live life because life will just happen regardless of the plan. So and that's what the pandemic taught me in the worst way possible. That's true. That's, entirely like, John Lennon said, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. So we got TJ saying, it's like moving to Washington soon, and I'm excited about it, but at the same time, it's kind of scary moving to a completely different place. Do you think I'm making the right choice? It's like, well, with that, I'd say anybody trying to get out of Utah is probably making the right choice. But let me pull a card from you here and see if we can get a little bit of insight as to what might be on the path ahead. So speaking of Two of Swords, we were just talking about with CJ, I just pulled that for you, TJ. So, yeah, this is saying, moving forward, you are going to be faced with, this is the first of many different decisions that you're going to have to make. And going back to what I was saying with CJ, it's like a lot of these, it's not a matter of, is this a good decision? Is this a bad decision? It's really whatever you wind up doing, it is going to require some sort of a leap of faith in the direction that you're moving. But it's all about whether you're willing to commit to that decision, and if you can step into that decision with full confidence, and if you're willing to make the best of whatever comes from making that decision. So it's not going to be easy one way or another. Like moving to another state, you're leaving a lot behind as far as like friendship, support structures, and things like that. But it's also a whole new world, a lot more opportunity. Especially, you said you're moving to Washington. There's got to be a lot more opportunity there currently than what we've got here, than what's available in Utah. So whether or not it's the right choice, there is no right or wrong choice here. It's just a matter of stepping into the decision that you make with full confidence and being prepared for whatever might be thrown at you. So CJ says, anyways, the path ahead could be split in two different ways. Again, beyond my control. I guess the question is what to expect, regardless of the either or and my best interest. So and then we got Chris joining us on Facebook. How's it going, man? So, and then we have Baka Babe on Instagram joining us. Hey, that's my niece. So, how's it going, kiddo? So how's your horoscope today? Just say, well, you're Virgo. We just had the moon going out of an earth sign into an air sign, so you might have felt a shift there to where things don't feel quite as stable emotionally as they were previously for you. So that might be something to look out for. That, you know, you got the new moon coming up, and that's going to be in an air sign. That's happening tomorrow. So expect there to be a shift and expect things to be wildly unpredictable for you because it's, you know, it's all going into an air sign and, you know, you're an earth sign. You prefer things to be a little bit more grounded, a little bit more predictable. We got Chris Cantu joining us on Facebook. How's it going, man? So then, all right. Does anybody else have any questions for me? Anybody want me to pull a card for them? Yep. Sorry, kiddo. So, but I think, you know, that's gonna be like the theme for like Virgo in general throughout this entire year. This entire year is very much driven towards like air sign energy. It's right now we've got Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, the Sun, and the Moon all in Aquarius. So if you're an Earth sign, things are going to be feeling like very unstable, very unsecure, very erratic. So, and I mean, with this is all, I mean, the energy is really geared towards the expansions of technologies, new ways of thinking, like old, outdated ideologies and things like that being put to rest. So it's, you know, very much what's needed right now. But like I said, you know, if you're used to things being a lot more stable, a lot more grounded, a lot more predictable, then it's going to be a lot of chaos for you right now. So then Jakuno wants me to pull a card. Let's see what I got for you. So and I pulled for you the Hanged Man. So I guess with that, it's really like what is it that, you know, you're on the fence about? So, and I guess let me do one further than that. Let me go ahead and pull another card for you because you say right now that's saying you've got something that you're on the fence about, that you're not sure about, not sure which direction to go, and we're needing some clarity there. So let's see if we've got a little bit more clarity. So the next card that I pulled for you in regards to that is the Empress, which this is saying you know what decision it is that you need to make, but for some reason you're not stepping into your power. You're not having the faith in yourself that you've got the resources that you need in order to be able to handle this situation. It's like, and whatever that situation is, really you need to have a little bit more faith in yourself, a little bit more confidence. You have the tools that you need in order to be able to handle the situation. And if you can trust yourself to just like step up and act with that authority and trust that you have the tools that you need in order to be able to handle the situation, like then you're going to find that it was a whole lot of stress over something that was really kind of minuscule in the end. But the big thing there is you got to step into that. You got to step into that Empress role, take charge of the situation, and not back down. Okay. And then CJ's wanting me to pull a card for him. It's like, then we got Chris saying so that there is opportunity in chaos. Oh, most definitely. I'd say right now in particular, like I said, I mean, everything that's going on right now, it's like it's favoring innovation, progressive thinking, um, just being creative and, yeah, looking for the opportunities in the chaos, because there is so much opportunity to be had right now. It's like, particularly in the fields of like technology and investing, there is so much opportunity to be had right now. Okay, CJ, let's see what I've got for you right now. So I've got for you a Page of Swords reversed. So what that's saying right now is really, bro, just kind of slow your roll a little bit. You're trying to like take on way too much, way too soon, and you're going to be headed for a burnout pretty soon, the rate that you're going. It's like Page of Swords very much like wants to like dig their hands in and like know everything and learn everything and try to like become an expert like as quickly as they can with everything that they like get their hands on. But, we turn that upside down. It's saying, hey, the problem here is that we're kind of losing the forest for the trees. There's a lot that's like passing you by because, we're trying to take on way too much and we're missing the small details. And it's like, in the end, those little things wind up adding up. So take a breath, bro. Just take one thing at a time. Okay. We got Ashley joining us on Facebook. Howdy, howdy. Got Jason Larson joining us on TikTok. How's it going? Okay. Then Baka Babe wants me to pull a card saying you have a hard time finding yourself. It's like, well, let's see what I got for you here. So I pulled for you the High Priestess. It's like you're not finding yourself truly because, I mean, right now it's like you're still learning, you're still growing, you're still trying to figure out what, where exactly you fit in. But it's like also you're not giving yourself enough credit. You're not giving yourself your due. And part of this is that really, I mean, it's like your family. Our family is weird. It's like, that none of us like truly fit in. And the more that we like try to like figure out where it is that we fit in or try to make ourselves fit in somewhere, the more that we just wind up watering ourselves down and becoming something that we don't even recognize. It's like in an effort to try to like tone it down or, not be as, yeah, and really, kid, you gotta not be afraid to stand out. You gotta not be afraid to make some waves, and you gotta not be afraid to exert your power sometimes. It's like, and really, I mean, there is a lot of power in being able to get to that point to where you are no longer relying on other people's opinions to like in informing your own self-worth and how you view yourself. So yes. So just be myself and be chaotic. Yes, be chaotically yourself. But a lot of that is it's like if you're chaotically yourself, it's like expect that not everybody's going to like it, but that's okay. Not everybody has to like it because life isn't about being liked by everybody. It's about being as true to yourself as possible and finding that small handful of people that will appreciate it, that you can be absolutely genuine with and that they can be absolutely genuine with you. So we got Ashley saying, okay, wants to know, am I moving in the right direction or did I make a huge mistake? Okay, let's see what I got for you here, Ashley. Okay. So a card that I pulled for you is King of Cups. So, and what that's saying is that, I mean, that's, we're saying, once again, I think, we've had a theme here about like people's decisions that they've made, whether or not they're going like the right direction or the wrong direction. And I think it's a lot more complicated than was this right or was this wrong. Because what it really comes down to is any kind of decision that you're making is going to require at some point making a leap of faith. And it's not so much as to whether or not that was the right or the wrong decision, but what you're going to do with the decision that you've made. And what that's saying is that really we're needing to take a lot more, I guess, accountability for your emotions and your emotional standing. And right now it's saying that there's a lot of the process right now is becoming kind of that King of Cups type character to where you are just like absolutely steadfast and absolutely like certain of your emotional standing, and know that like moving forward that any decisions that you make moving forward are going to be made from that place of being like absolutely grounded, absolutely centered when it comes to emotions. So, and it's not that you made the wrong decision or that you made a bad decision. It's just saying that like moving forward, it's like being able to make the best of the decision that you made is going to require being able to like fully step into that role where you're just absolutely unshakable in your emotions and your resolve, and you're not letting anybody get the better of you emotionally any further. So then we have CJ saying, okay, yeah, that's way too true. Perhaps that's what's been getting in my way of the living part. Says, but you know how type A I am in real life. So got Baka Babe on Instagram asking me to pull another card. Okay, let's see what I got for you here. So, and I've got the Moon. So what this is saying is that there's a lot that hasn't been revealed yet. Things that are like waiting in the shadows that are waiting for you to uncover. And this is going to be like the next stage of your life. It's kind of like not being afraid to like dive into those dark corners and be able to, not be afraid to like turn over rocks in the forest and see what kind of critters might come crawling out from underneath them. And say that's where a lot of your power is going to come from as well, is not being afraid to ask the hard questions and to like look in the dark corners where other people are afraid to look. Let me pull another card for you here, see if that gives us a little bit more clarity on that. So the next one I pulled for you is the Hermit. So yeah, this is entirely about being not being afraid to be that person who's viewed as maybe a little bit odd, a little bit off, a little bit isolated from everybody else, but the person who when things are going down and everybody is confused about where to go or where to look, it's like they know that you're going to be the person who they can go to, that's going to give it to them straight, who isn't afraid to like step into the dark with them where other people would be running. So it says, yeah, this is going to be a fun year. Yep. Yeah. Anybody with like strong earth signs in their chart, yeah, it is going to be a little bit of a difficult year. It's going to be testing you at every turn. So it's, and a lot of it is just, yeah, I'd say especially like, Virgo, Taurus, you've got a lot of those in your chart, then you're going to be feeling like every corner that you're turning, something is kicking you in the butt, and you're going to be second guessing everything that you're doing because you're used to just being able to like dig in your heels and make a stand and know that you're standing on solid ground. But there is no solid ground to stand on this year. It's all constant flux, and being quick, being nimble on your feet, and being mentally agile. Agile. It's like that's going to be. Yeah, I want to say that like emotional and spiritual and mental agility is really going to be the big thing that everybody's going to need in order to be able to get through this year. It's going to be very unconventional year. It's going to require a lot of unconventional thinking and unconventional approaches in order to pull through. So Carl is asking, can I get a break, though? Well, let me pull a card for you. Let's see what we got. I've got the Sun. So it's saying, will you get a break eventually? But I want to say the thing with the Sun is that, yeah, that's not entirely you're going to get a break as much as it's, well, get prepared because your time to shine is coming up. And with that, it's a lot of, stepping into that spotlight. Yeah, you're not really going to get a break. It's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be very worth it. And I mean, you're going to be getting your due. And there's going to be a lot of eyes on you. There's going to be a lot of pressure there. So, I mean, it's going to be, yeah, a lot of like really good things, a lot of like excellent rewards in store for you here in the future, but you're not going to get a break, unfortunately. That's going to throw more responsibility on your shoulders. Yep, oof, indeed. So then Baka Babe's saying that you're lucky because she wants her time to shine. Say, it's like it'll come. But like everything in life, it's that big P word that we all hate, patience. Just gotta be patient. Your time will come eventually. Okay. Anybody else have anything for me? Or are we just gonna start calling people out? All right. So Carla, new moon's coming up tomorrow. What are you gonna try to manifest? It's like, or Ashley, TJ, what are you going to try to manifest? So, all right, CJ says, what a boss. Okay, one more for you, bro. So, I pulled for you the King of Wands reversed. So, once again, I mean, this is saying you're taking on too much too soon. And I think that's just backing up what we were saying previously. It's, that's saying, like, not only is it, we're gonna be missing the bigger picture with everything that you're trying to go into there, but that's saying like, yeah, that's kind of giving a little bit more clarity. If you continue like on the path that you've been going on, that's getting into a point to where like you're entirely like self-absorbed, and we start becoming a little bit more arrogant. We start becoming jaded. We start becoming really kind of a difficult person with that King of Wands reverse. That's somebody who's just entirely like so focused on the mission that it's a quintessential like Don Quixote type scenario where you've completely like sold yourself on this idea of where you need to go and what it is that you need to do, and you're just throwing yourself completely like at lost causes. It's like, because we can't see the big picture anymore. It's like we've gotten so lost in the minor details. So that's saying really like slow down, take a breath, take a little bit of a break. And so, okay, you're saying that the stream paused on Instagram. Are we good? Okay. So Baka Babe's asking me to do one for my other niece. See what we've got for her. Okay, is it still paused on Instagram? Can you guys hear me? Okay, I think we might be frozen on Instagram. So I will hold off there until like somebody tells me that we're back up, but let's see. Let's go over to Facebook. What we got there? Okay, so Christopher's asking me to pull a card. See what I got for you here. Okay. So, and for you, I've got Page of Wands. So, and really what this is saying is like you're going to be dipping your toes into a lot of uncharted territory at this stage, and a lot of this is a story about like finding what it is that where your true passion is, and not being afraid to just like take that leap of faith and just like throw yourself fully into those things that like really set your heart on fire. So, but there's a new chapter ahead of you here, as we're moving through that process of the initial discovery of these new paths, these new opportunities that lie ahead of you. And there's so many opportunities that lie ahead of you right now. I mean, right now it's like, yeah, it's like you can probably like we're just barely starting to see like things pop up, but there is going to be it's like a domino effect that we're going to see here. So like every one thing that you tackle, it's like there's going to be 2 more opportunities that are going to pop up for you there. So then Ivy's saying, I need a better place to live. Okay, let's see what the cards say for you here in regards to that. Oh, and I think we just lost everybody on Instagram. Hopefully Instagram will come back up. So I've got Knight of Cups for you in regards to finding a better place to live. So what that's saying is like, yeah, it's going to come and it's going to come quickly. But I mean, a lot of that is just, finding that place that you like and just going for it. So, okay, and then we got AV saying, caught between 2 guys and have trust issues. So I'm not sure which one really wants me. I want to know their true intention towards it. Okay. So that one gets a little bit more complicated, but let me just try pulling a. Okay, so we pull a card for the first person that you mentioned. So somebody named Joss. Let's see what we've got there. Okay. Okay, that one I've got King of Wands. Okay, that's somebody that's actually like looking to build something. So, and with that, I mean, they've got a lot of like passion, a lot of ideas, and the feeling that I'm getting there is that that's somebody who's wanting you to be part of it. That's not just that's not just like